The number one thing that grows a personal brand fast? Truth. Truth. Not the fancy shit, the real shit. Want an example? Okay, let's go. Well, let me tell you, when I tell you I know about branding and marketing and I got all this experience, one of the things I don't say enough about is all my fuck ups and how I mess stuff up. Oh man, I remember I missed a big meeting with Def Jam and they wanted to kill me, especially my direct boss. She's like, I set this up and you didn't. I was so tired because I was going to school at the time and I was taking care of my mom. And between that, I just fell apart. It ruined a special deal I would have had coming in on, it was a major deal. For Def Jam, but they were not even trying to hear me, man. They were not trying to hear me. It was life and death, and I screwed stuff up. I screwed up stuff online all the time, you know. I misspell stuff. I make mistakes. I fuck it up, you know. And plus, you see me cussy mouth, you know. What I'm trying to tell you is that I tell you the real stuff. You know, I show you, here's my bald head. When I started, I had an afro. And now I'm gone. I didn't have an afro, but I had hair. You know, they got these thick glasses, egg head. I shared stories about my divorce. My wife said, my then wife, now ex-wife, she said, it's me or the dream. The divorce was on a Tuesday. Hey, I share up all my screw ups. I mean, it's easy to look at me here downtown Chicago, 30 flights up, ooh, la-di-da-di-da. But in between there, there's some real fucked uppery going on that has happened in my life. And I've made mistakes over and over. When I tell you don't do some shit, don't do some shit. Like those of you who are trying to make money online, just put your content out. Put the value first. And they will tell you what they want to give you money for. The only reason I have my badass branding out right now is because it's sold before, because I've had people in it before. So it makes sense to have it. But I'm trying to tell y'all, real talk, real talk, real talk. And here's the other thing I really want some of you to get and understand. Man, listen. You're going to screw up a whole lot. And every time you mess up, whether you make a mistake online or off, admit it. One of the biggest ways I got a lot of brands following me, a lot of people following my brand, is when I got on this great big marketing forum years ago. And I told them, guys, I did a video for them. I said, guys, I totally fucked it up. I'm sorry. That form of, especially in that much bravado and ego environment, they love me. I told them I fucked it up. Fucked it up. I'm sorry. That was me. You know, because usually they come with this guru bullshit and excuse. Well, our website got exploded and it got so... No, I fucked it up. That's the other thing. Be willing to laugh. Be willing to cry. Oh, man, I was so heartbroken at my divorce. I was so heartbroken when my nephew Quinn died back in 2013. I was a mess. I was a mess. Even today, I'm just heartbroken over things. I share real stuff. That's the way you build a brand first. Because the weirdest thing, and I told every client I ever had, I've had over 100,000 clients across 100 plus countries in the last 20 years. And I'll tell you, I've taught in groups, I've taught one-on-one, I've taught in small groups, slightly large groups, mega groups. And the whole thing, I tell you right now, made money, lost money, made money, lost money, made money, lost money. But the thing I tell people is tell the real stories. If you're willing to tell the real ones and laugh and cry and share, that's what'll make your brand blow up. And I've seen it happen thousands of times with clients who I told them, they're like, man, I can't believe they like that story out of all the stuff. Yeah. That's why I say the third part of branding is one thing, tell a story about your product or service, what you sell, and tell a story about your company, how you got into business. But start telling the stories about you and life. They'll appreciate that. They'll connect with you more. They'll remember you. The goal is to become rememberable, because if you're rememberable, you're remarkable. And if you're rememberable and remarkable, you become exceptional. And if you're exceptional, you just erase 99% of your competition out there. In fact, 100% of your competition immediately without even competing with them. Tell them the real stories, the real cries, the ups, the downs, the fuck ups. If you can talk from here, oh motherfucker, you will win. You will win. And that doesn't mean you always go viral, you always be big, but people will remember that shit and say, you know what, I'm coming to buy from you. Remember, the goal of a brand is 4 things in business. The goal of a brand is so that the goal of a brand is for income, but it's a certain kind of income. You're looking for people to buy quicker at higher conversions, repeatedly at higher prices. I'll say it again. Quicker at higher conversions, repeatedly at higher prices. And the purpose of your brand is to become the only emotional solution to your ideal audience. Think about all the Prince fans. Think about all the Taylor Swift fans. Think about all the Beyonce fans. Think about all the Backstreet Boys fans. You can't tell them nothing. They're fanatics. They're raving fans. Okay? And what I'm saying to you is that you develop that cult-like following in a good way, minus drinking the Kool-Aid. You develop that cult-like following by being real and telling real stories and connecting with people. If you can do that, you win. You'll get long time sales. You'll have lifers.